Creating a brand new character is one of the most exciting parts of solo role-playing. And today I'm going to be doing just that, and I'm going to take you along for the ride. Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and this is The Quiet Table. Today I am starting a brand new playthrough of D100 Dungeons, and I am going to be combining that with a Mythic GM Emulator. So if you've ever wanted to see how these two systems can come together, then stick around because I am starting a brand new series where I'm going to show you from beginning to all the way to the end of the campaign, hopefully, how you can play your own solo RPG by combining these two systems. But in today's video, we are just going to focus on the character creation aspect. So without any further ado, let me take you to my quiet table and let's get started. Now, as we get going here, I'm just going to walk you through what I have on my desk. I have a notebook that I plan to use to take notes for what happens in my campaign. I have two printouts of D100 Dungeon. I have book one. This is the digital edition, and I just had it spiral bound printed at my local print store, and it turned out just fine. And I really like that it is spiral bound. I was able to go through it and highlight the key elements that I didn't want to forget. So this works really well for me. And then I also have the World Builder expansion pack because I really like playing with this thing. I have some printouts. I've got some printouts from D100 Dungeon, and then I have the Dungeon Adventure sheet, combat tracker, all kinds of things that I'm going to need for my game. Now, the other thing I've got is, of course, my trusty dice. And then the last thing that I want to show you is this big binder that I've got where I have some of my favorite Mythic tables, and I've got some articles from the Mythic magazine that I've printed out. So just things that I may want to refer to as I play. They are right here beside me just to make my life a whole lot easier as I go along so that I don't have to stop and look for them. So everything is right here. So as I said, the first thing I'm going to do here is I am going to set up my brand new character, which I am very excited to play. I have played D100 Dungeon 3 times before, so I am familiar with the character creation process. So I'm going to begin exactly the way that the D100 Dungeon World Builder tells me to, which is you can begin playing the World Builder game straight after you have created a new adventure. So we're going to create the new adventure based on the rules in book one. So I already know that I want a warrior character. And so I'm going to assign my points given that this is going to be a warrior. So I am going to put 50 points in strength for her primary attribute. I'm going to put 40 points in dex for her secondary attribute, and I'm going to put 30 points in intelligence. I'm going to go here to table H. I'm going to have a quick look at the hero path and work with the modifiers. So I'm playing a warrior, which means that I'm going to be adding 10 to strength. So adjusted is plus 10, and then -5 to dex, and then -5 to int. And I get some skill bonuses. I get bravery. I get +5 to bravery. And I also get to color in this little star here, means that it's one of my primary skills. I also get to color in the strength star because that is also my primary skill. And I also get +5 to escape. So +5 to escape, and I'm going to color this in as well. So that's my hero path. Now let's have a quick look at the races. Because I don't have a strong preference here, I'm just going to roll and see what I end up with. I got a 6, that's a human. So human it is. She's going to be a human adventurer. So she gets +5 to int, so that means that my penalty is gone. And another -5 to dex. So that brings me here to minus. Okay. And I also get +5 to the aware skill. All right, moving on to skill bonuses. I get to add 2 more skill bonuses to any skills that don't have any skill bonuses. So I've got 16 skills altogether. So in order to roll on here, it says roll a 1d6 and a 1d10. So I'm going to do that to get to a 16. And again, I don't have a strong preference here, so this is perfect. So I got a 8 and a 1, that's a 9, and 9 is magic. Interesting. So we've got a warrior who knows a little bit of magic. I'm already thinking about her backstory and maybe how she came to learn some magic. Then let's roll again. That's a 7, and 7 is locks, so excellent. She has some lock picking skill and some magic. I'm just going to write in here that her hero path is warrior, her race is human, and I think I can now tally these up. So I've got 60 for strength, which also means I have the mighty blow ability. So these abilities unlock when you have 50 points. I've got 60 in strength. That means that during combat, any damage rolls where I roll a 6, I get to roll again and add that to the roll. So that's fantastic. She can do some massive damage with that. Dexterity is going to be 30 and int is going to be 30. We will deal with hit points in a moment. But first, I think we should give this lady a name. So this is where Mythic comes in, and I'm going to roll on the name table and see what I can come up with. So I've got my tables printed out here. I'm just going to go to the name table. The table is over here, and I'm going to roll on it twice. So that is D100. There we go. Roll on it twice. I got a 1. So that is A and 14. A and COL. What comes to mind is maybe giving her a first name that starts with A and then giving her a last name that starts with COL. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to name her, let's go with Alendra Colvane. I like that. That's really pretty. So Alendra. Perfect. So Alendra now has a name. And because I love to be able to visualize my characters, I'm going to go to Midjourney and I'm going to create an image of this character so that I can picture her in my mind as I play. And I'm going to pop it up right over here so that you guys can see it too. So Alendra, she has some stats. Now I think we're ready to move on to her equipment. So it says the adventurer begins the game with some basic equipment they have gathered together. Roll once on table W and 3 times on table A for starting equipment. So roll once on table W. So that is for her weapon. And this I have found is one of the most important rolls that I'm going to make, especially at the beginning of a game. Because if she gets a great weapon, then lucky her. And if she doesn't, then she's got a much tougher road ahead as an adventurer. I'm going to roll my D100 here. 33. I got a rapier. Plus 0 damage. All right. So not great, but not awful. I have started off with much worse weapons in the past, so I will take it. So main hand, rapier, and no extra damage, no extra anything. 75 gold pieces is what it's worth. And it costs 15 gold pieces to fix, and it doesn't give me any extra bonuses or anything else. And because this is her starting equipment, it does not have any damage already taken, so I don't have to worry about that. So that was 1 roll on weapons. Now 3 rolls on the armor table. 42 to start. What have we got? We've got legs, studded leather chassis. The AS value is 1. So that is her armor value. It's 1. So that means she can deflect 1 point of damage if she gets hit in the legs to her studded leather chassis. I'm going to have to look up what those are. All right, so these are worth 89 gold pieces. And to fix them, it is 18 gold pieces. Next up, she also has 59. Oh, she has something on her head. That's very helpful. She has a studded leather helmet on her head that also deflects 1 point of damage if needed. It costs 104 gold pieces and 21 gold pieces to fix. And the last but certainly not least, 36. Oh, leather cap. She already has something on her head, so I'm just going to re-roll that. 37. So on her feet, she has studded leather solerettes. So everything she has is studded leather, which is kind of cute. I like the way that that worked out. Also deflect 1 point of damage if she gets hit in the feet. 87 gold pieces and 18 gold pieces to repair. So now we have all of her starting equipment. Now we get to finish up with some finishing touches. Actually, before we do that, so I've recorded all of the details to the slots, and then I get to add 20 oil, 10 food, and 15 picks. I also get 3 lesser healing potions, either to my belt slot or to my backpack. So the other thing I've learned is not to keep everything on my belt slot. This came from playing earlier and having my healing potions broken in combat. So I'm just going to put 1 on the belt slot, and I'm going to roll a d10 to find out exactly which belt slot I'm going to put it on. I rolled a 7, so I'm going to put it on to this one. So that is a lesser healing potion. And then I'm going to put the other 2 in my backpack. So I get to put it here because it does not have a damage track. So I'm just going to put quantity 2 and lesser healing potions. I don't know how much these are worth in gold, and I'm not going to worry about it because I don't intend to sell them, so that's fine. And then finishing touches. 20 primary health points. So 20 primary health points. So Alendra is all set to start her adventure. But in order for us to be able to take her out into the world, we need to create that world using the D100 World Builder. So that's going to be in the next video. Join me right back here so you can see how Alendra's world shapes up.